Turn on your microphone.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Chairman Holmes Norton, Ranking Member Davis, and distinguished members of the House Subcommittee on Highways and Transit. My name is Andrew McLean. I am House Chair of the Maine Joint Standing Committee on Transportation and co-chair of the National Conference of State Legislatures, National Resources and Infrastructure Committee. I appear before you today on behalf of NCSL, a bipartisan organization representing the 50 state legislatures and legislatures of our nation's commonwealths, territories, possessions, and District of Columbia. Every school day, more than 25 million children climb into 485,000 buses across the country that take them to and from school-related activities. Thankfully, school buses are statistically the safest way to transport school children. However, 61 children who were school bus occupants died in crashes between 2008 and 2017, and this is 61 children too many. States across the nation have responded to these tragedies with laws that NCSL has determined fall into three distinct categories: laws requiring seatbelts on school buses, laws authorizing cameras mounted on stop arms to cite drivers that illegally pass a stopped school bus, and laws making changes to requirements for school bus drivers. Overall, 35 states have debated more than 250 school safety bills in 2018, and 33 states have considered more than 200 bills in 2019 thus far. Compare this only to 132 bills in 2014 and 173 bills in 2015. You can see that there has been an uptick in legislative interest in school bus safety. School buses are designed to protect riders through compartmentalization using structural safety features such as high energy absorbing seat backs and closely spaced seats so children are kept snug. However, these features don't necessarily protect children the way seatbelts do during side impact crashes or high-speed rollovers, when passengers can be thrown from their seats. In May of 2018, a school bus crash took the life of one student and one teacher in Paramus, New Jersey. In response, New Jersey enacted legislation requiring lap shoulder seatbelts instead of solely lap belts. In addition to New Jersey, 7 other states require seatbelts on school buses. In 2018, more than 108,000 school bus drivers observed almost 84,000 vehicles illegally passing school buses in one single day. Thankfully, most state laws require vehicles on both sides of the road without a median to stop and remain stopped while school bus stop arms and flashing red lights are deployed. In 2014, Wyoming became the first state to require all school buses to be equipped with a camera system to capture images of motorists illegally passing stopped school buses. States have also added language to address privacy concerns. Alabama's law requires that images or video not include the face of a driver or passengers and be destroyed within 90 days if there is no violation. Overall, 21 states explicitly allow local governments or school districts to use cameras to capture images and issue tickets for drivers who illegally pass stopped school buses. States have also moved to increase penalties for illegally passing a stopped school bus. Illinois now requires the revocation of a driver's license when someone illegally passes a school bus and the violation leads to a motor vehicle crash resulting in death. Finally, I'd like to highlight how states have strengthened their requirements for school bus drivers. For example, New York enacted a bill that requires all school bus drivers to take pre-employment alcohol and drug testing, as well as be subject to random testing, with all drivers required to be included in the random testing pool. States have also increased school bus driver training requirements. Rhode Island, for example, enacted a law requiring that annual training for school bus drivers include NHTSA's School Bus Driver In-Service Training Series. This is my 4th term serving as state legislator in the Maine House of Representatives, and my 3rd term chairing our Transportation Committee. And I can say that this past session was the most active in terms of legislation addressing school bus safety. Just over a month ago, in mid-June, Maine passed 2 specific bills focused on school bus safety. LD 19 will now require school buses purchased after this year to be equipped with a school bus crossing arm, and LD 166 addressed the issue of cars passing school buses. Initially, there was interest in simply increasing fines for violators, but we know that simply increasing the penalties does not actually solve the problem. We engage stakeholders, including community members and local and state police. And this working group identified that enforcement of existing laws is the challenge because there is no way to identify a vehicle when the bus driver is the only person to have witnessed the violation. Thus, the working group recommended allowing the use of a traffic surveillance camera mounted on a school bus in conjunction with a lighted traffic control device to prove or enforce a violation in order to identify the violator. This bill was very controversial given our state's high regard for privacy. However, the testimony from grieving parents and community members was powerful and convincing. Too many kids are being hurt or killed while they're near a school bus. Madam Chairman, I thank you for this opportunity to testify before the subcommittee on this important topic, and I look forward to the subcommittee's questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. McLean.